One time.
My name is Uzoamaka Power. I'm an actor and a filmmaker. And I just decided to take a little break from work to come back to Enugu for a bit. I actually have some history with this place. I went to school here. So this trip is me coming back to revisit those memories and see what this city that shaped me has grown into. I've been back a few times since university, mostly for film-related stuff, shoots, screenings, that kind of thing. But this visit is different. I want to see Enugu for Enugu.
I'm in Nike Lake, at the old Nike Lake Resort. This is awesome. My goodness. This is beautiful. I'm really, really happy to be here.
And I recently heard it's becoming a tech hub. So I'm curious to meet the young people building interesting things here. So yeah, come on this journey with me.
I remember coming here as a child in junior secondary. We came for a debating competition, and when we were told that we were going to come here for the competition, my classmates, they went wild because we had heard so much about Nike Lake, we had watched on TV, but we just had never been. And when I got here, I was mind blown. I felt like I was in heaven. Just to be back here now, seeing that this place still exists, this place is still here, the greenery, nature. I think it's one of the places that once you enter Enugu, you want to see. If somebody who has never been to Enugu shows up and you have places that you want to show them, this is one of them. I'm truly happy to be here.
First, my itinerary is a visit to what many now call Enugu's main tech institution. Why here? Let's find out.
Hello. Yes. Hello.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you.
Talking to Tappy.
Yes, I have. Hello, Ezra.
Welcome to Genesys. Let's
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, so I went to Providence High School.
Really, Providence?
Yes.
Two of my ex-staff went to that school. Our ex-product manager and our ex-program manager.
Really?
Yeah, and guess what? I share a fence with Providence.
No.
Exactly. I live at Agri Bank, so I can literally jump the fence and ask for your records.
Wow.
Actually.
Don't do that.
I will not.
Where did you go to uni?
I schooled at Babcock University.
That's not anywhere near here.
No, at Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Yes.
So what brought you here?
I came here because of my IT in school. I came here to do my IT.
Were you posted here?
My dad actually told me to come here. I wasn't happy at first, but trust me, I'm happy now.
What year was this? When?
This was 2019.
And since then, 2019, you've been here?
Yeah, I've been with Genesys since then. I just found a place that does amazing stuff in tech and the ecosystem, and I had to be here.
And if you were going to be transferred from Enugu, you'd be sad, or
I would be sad. I don't want to be transferred because we're doing amazing stuff, and I want to keep the story going with what we do here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're going to get to see a whole lot of what we do, what
Yeah.
we're done, and I'm sure you'll be impressed.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Tapi didn't go to UNN.
Yes.
You didn't go to UNN.
True.
What is that about?
So you went to UNN, though, right?
I went to UNN.
No,
I
my
expect
boss-
everyone to go to UNN.
Interestingly, right? My boss, who's the founder of Genesys,
Yes.
Nnamdi Anika, went to UNN, electronic engineering and so.
Oh,
His boss's boss
who is Kingsley Eze, the founder of the Tennessee Group, School at Essuts, still Enugu grown, you understand?
Okay.
And then a lot of what we do, like currently we just took 3 interns from UNN for a program we're doing with the Tennessee software team.
Okay.
So lots of UNN things and Tennessee, the press company, handles the portal for UNN as well.
Okay.
That is not why.
Okay.
That is not why.
I mean,
but yes, like
there's a lot of UNN going
there's
on.
a lot of lion and lioness. Like if you come and say the greatest Bobo is, I don't know what you guys say. You're going to hear great.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're going to hear people roaring.
Cringe, but okay, okay. But yes, that's what feels going to happen. Yeah, so yeah, lots of UNN,
Okay.
including you.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of me. I think the guiding principle for us was that everything is learnable.
Right.
And then it just segues from there. It's a program that we started because Enugu has the highest concentration of tertiary institutions. You school in Enugu?
Yes.
UNN.
I would know.
Yeah, so in addition to UNN, there are about 17 other tertiary institutions here. So
Okay.
what that means is that there's a unique opportunity for young, educated people.
Yes.
And because of the amazing way the curriculum in Nigeria is that do not have transferable tech skills.
Right.
So we decided to take that education out of the classroom in
Right.
2016 to start the Learnable program, where young people in school, freshly out of school, core members, or even people that have done stuff before now,
Right.
can come under one roof and learn tech in an industry standard way, where it's not like you're writing code on paper, you're
Right.
writing actual scalable code that can be integrated into the industry.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because it's not just a training program, it's an entire ecosystem of stuff that starts with the actual learning, goes into translating the learning into actual skills, and then at the end of the day, people have products that they can showcase. This is where they typically will work from. Their laptops are there and everything. Okay. When they come here, this is the no shoes allowed and no laptop zone, where you are forced to lounge. The moment you come here, it's a paradigm shift where you're saying, okay, I was working there, now I can feel the grass beneath my feet. Yeah. I can just lounge, and then just lie on the boat, sit on the floor, and basically just chill. My favorite part of the gym is the massage chair, clearly, where I just sit and just, cure and everything. But it's been fun. So yeah, the gym.
This is a lovely, lovely view.
Pretty view, yeah? Pretty view.
Yes.
Pretty view.
As Ezra and I continue our conversation while he takes me around the Genesys space, an unexpected name comes up.
Picture this. I was a 300 level student, computer science, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. It was time for IT, right? And there was this confusion. Where would you do your IT? Where would you do your IT? And somehow, I heard from a friend that, there was a program called Learnable. And I just tried it because I wasn't sure. But on a very random day in my hostel, I just get a call. They're like, "Hi, Jerry, you applied for this program. We want you to come in and do an interview and stuff like that." And then I just took a trip. It was just one up. I had never been to Enugu at the time.
Okay.
Just took a bus, tried to find out where I would sleep, if I needed to sleep somewhere that night. So I went there. We had the interview. That's actually where I met Ezra, in the bus. Very dramatic guy.
In the bus?
But one of my best friends.
Wow.
At the moment, yeah.
Oh.
In the bus. So we went in. It was a lot of us young people that just wanted to try something.
Yes.
We did the interviews. We got into Learnable, and it was an experience, right? It was 6 months straight up coming into a work environment, learning from people who have the skills that we wanted. So software development, design, all of that stuff.
Right.
All in one place. So we went 6 months. Learnable had a culture at the time. They still have the culture now where if you are like the standout intern of the year, you get to be offered a job, right? And somehow it happened that I was standout intern of that year. And that means I had a job waiting for me immediately after school. And I still remember I did my defense on like a Friday. I was so eager. The next Monday, I ran to Enugu. I was like, I need to start my career. And that was it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a story. I love it. And then you went from Learnable, you went from there to old school.
Yep.
What was that transition like?
So it was heavy. This place, Enugu, learnable, Genesys, it's one of the best places to start because you have access to a huge community. Some of the greatest talents within the region have passed through this place in one way or the other. So you're seeing these people on a daily, and these people could compete any other place in the whole world, wherever it is, right? So it was a constantly trying to nurture and build the talents here at first. So we used to do it together. I, Ezra, some of the other people you'd also talk to. It was building programs, having meetings, working, having fun. And we did this consistently for about 3 to 4 years.
Right.
That's for me.
Yeah.
And the opportunity for our school came.
Okay.
It was really difficult taking the opportunity, but I saw it as an opportunity to just do something on a larger scale.
Right.
Because our school was then offering education to a cohort size of at least at the time was about 4,000 people.
Wow.
So imagine 4,000 Nigerians spread across, well, not just Nigerians actually, because our school had talents from other places as well, from the US, from the UK. So 4,000 people ready to start e-learning cohorts, and I was coming in to manage that cohort. So it was like, hey, oh, Jerry, can you do this? I was like, oh, let me try. So I took the opportunity. I was the first program manager that our school hired at the time.
Wow.
They were just launching, so they had just announced the funding round.
Right.
People were like eyes on them to see them deliver, and it was one of those experiences where I really put my back into it.
Yeah.
And it was quite the experience, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So that was old school. Spent about 2 years, 3 years there.
Right.
And then spoke to AK, founder of Rise Vest,
Okay.
who I have to say rather that guy, he's someone that just knows what he wants and he just goes for it. So he's like, oh, Jerry, I want to do this. He's very particular about giving back.
Right.
And I've seen it in a lot of other things he does, scholarships here, trying to fund education in other ways as well. So he spoke to me, he's like, oh, I've seen what you did at our school. I want you to come, let us replicate this, let us do this for the talents that are here. Because the truth is that you need more and more organizations like Genesys, like Rise West, like other organizations as well that are trying to build the talents that are here. Because if it is a question of whether that talent exists, there is so much of them. And Genesys can't do it alone, Rise West can't do it alone, the Enugu state government can't do it alone. So you actually need more people, more organizations, more investors, more funders coming to say, how do we nurture these talents so that you have a good percentage of young people building stuff, right? So you have in Nigeria today where, I don't know what the statistics are, but the average young person is very tempted, because things are very difficult. They are very tempted to do fraud.
Right.
And it is difficult, right? Things are hard. You're trying to do stuff. But then that same young person is seeing other young people building stuff, learning software, learning about AI, learning about data, picking up skills, So it's which one am I going to do? And most times you find out that most people are just swayed to take the wrong route, right? So you need more people, more success stories, more organizations building, talent programs, building the pipelines. When they see that people from here have done it, and there are a lot of them working at the Googles, working at the Metas, working at the open AIs, they come from here. So when they see that, this is actually possible, they would be like, I'll take this route. I'll do the right thing. I'll learn that skill. I'll spend my years putting in the work, and I will build that career that I want. Right. So that's what I've seen, the whole thing is. And for 7 years, it's been us doing the same things, right? Trying to nurture those talents, trying to show them the right way, and just seeing them bloom. And trust me, that is always the reward. Sometimes we get messages, we get texts. Someone says, oh, hi, Jerry. I got a job at this company. Look at what I do now. It is the best feeling in the whole world. I promise you. Yeah. So that's just like a rundown of how it's gone so far.
Right. And this thing, like, it doesn't matter what level, young people, any young person who just wants to go.
It doesn't matter. And there's so many success stories, right? We have founders. We have this, some guy called Njoku Script, if you know him as well. He's 22, 23.
Right.
And this guy founded LaserPay. This guy is building, like, he has met some of the top people in the world in technology as well. They like reckon him and like, oh, this guy is good. Do you understand? And this guy started from Enugu State University of Technology here. He, also learned, the same cycle, started learning from a very young age, started believing that he could do stuff, right? There are so many of them, a lot of examples, and it just tells you that, yes, this thing is true. This thing is happening right where we are. You just have to put your head down because you have to do a lot of learning.
Yeah.
And you have to do a lot of also community building. All of that stuff has to go in. But once you do it, you go from one level, you're getting better, you're improving, your day will come and you'll get where you need to get to. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Uzoamaka, yeah.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
After my engaging time with Ezra and Jerry, I felt full, energized by the passion I'd just witnessed. It was time to unwind from the day.
So I'm curious about what prompted you to put this together, to bring people together.
Basically, gaming in Nigeria is a new industry.
Yes.
I'm a budding game designer, and doing this is a way to publicize what I do. There is no other way to publicize it for people to know that these games exist. And I need to get them to play it first. Because this time I tell them, I'm a game designer, I'll be like, which game you don't design? Basically, I promote not just Nigerian games, games from around the world. There is role playing, there is dice, there is card. So charade is like role playing.
And you're making it Nigerian, because when I was playing the game earlier, I was hearing pidgin.
Yes, I didn't design that one in particular. So I'm a developer and a designer. So developing help people, designers, bring their games to life. So I help that as well.
And what does this mean for like the young people who come here?
People want to distress, but in Enugu, everywhere is lounge. There is really nothing different, but this is different.
Names of male musicians. Whiskey. Tekno. Ashake. Rema. Michael Jackson. Fireboy.
Talking with the game designer and developer left me genuinely inspired. It's amazing to see how innovative young people are here. I felt charged, ready to meet more people and rediscover Enugu with new eyes.
I am back in UNN at the Faculty of Arts, where I went to university. It feels so nostalgic because a lot of my time in UNN was spent in this building. And so to be back here, what a privilege, what an honor it is to be here. And what was the tech space like when I was here? It was non-existent, to be honest. Even internet we did not have. We had a little bit in our hostels, and we would come down on the ground floor and we'll be searching for network. But now it's different. So being back here, there are a lot of young people who are doing great things in the tech space. There's somewhere called the Garage. And what these young people have done is that they've created a solution to the problem I had back when I was in uni.
The Garage is, I think it's a product of a series of just accidents. There was never a point in my life where I was certain that what I wanted to build was something like the Garage. I also schooled here. I graduated a lot more recently than you, 2023.
Okay.
So at around my third year, I started working. I had been working since I was 17, but at around my third year, I had a serious job for the first time. I worked with this data company in the US, and I had to work remotely. So that was the first time in my life that power and internet became very serious concerns. my deadlines were a mess. I couldn't meet up on some instances as a result. Um, but we had to get creative with our solutions. We used to meet up at a private area in this restaurant, myself and some of my other friends who had jobs, to work out of it. It was inconvenient. The internet was still bad, but at least there was a place to charge your laptops. Because it's a restaurant, first and foremost, sometimes there's music blazing from the speakers, and then when you hop on a call, you're asked, are you at the club? Over time, the more you work, the more you make money, the more you can afford to solve this problem for yourself. And I got to a point where I no longer had to worry about these problems because I had set up a small home office. But myself and two of my friends who had the same challenges were discussing the possibility of starting a business. Around the same period, we had just finished exams and we traveled to Lagos for this event, Tech Unwind. It's a gathering of tech professionals, and we spent a week in Lagos on vacation. So while we were away, we walked out of our hotel rooms, and the major difference in our productivity between when we worked anywhere else in light and out of our hotel rooms was that the hotel had really great internet. So it was in the middle of that trip that we started having the conversation of exploring what it would take to try to provide that experience at scale to more people, because everyone around us at that point, internet and power were proximate challenges for them. So we came back. We didn't have the clarity to know exactly how we were going to solve the problems, but we knew that we wanted to try. So we came around and we explored, finding a space to experiment. It looked costly to set up a proof of concept. It became clear that we couldn't find any of those kinds of things, and we decided to build it. So we acquired land, and over a 6-month period, we used every penny we earned, well, except the little that we set aside to survive on. We invested everything to set up this first space. And again, that was it for us at the point. It was, we finally set up the thing we were trying to set up, but the demand was unprecedented. We didn't expect that this would be a growing need. In our first month, we crossed 5,000 hours of work. I really like the idea of measuring the output from the facility based on how many hours of productive work are you able to give to the people who use it, rather than how many customers or those kinds of things, because I think that helps us put the work we are doing into better perspective. By January of that year, we launched in November. By January of the next year, we were seeing sold out seats. We had crowds at the reception that were waiting for one person's seat to expire so they would go in. So we started building technology to navigate those challenges. It didn't make sense that you'd walk all the way from your house and come here and then struggle. So again, the accident of suffering from over demand because there was a university-wide blackout led to us building technology that we think is probably one of the most advanced tools that we have these days with managing shared spaces. Our tool lets people track real-time availability, make bookings, do a handful of other fun things. And the way we look at it, we think that it could just go on to become a productivity tool that can exist independent of the co-working facilities that we build. So that was another accident that led to us building our technology that has attracted a lot of interest from similar businesses across the country. Then the other accident for us was, while all of this was happening, I kept a full-time job. This time around with a different software company in the US. I had a very special relationship with the CEO of the company. So he was very informed on the progress we were making at the garage. And he at some point offered to hire some people out of the garage. The idea for him was that his biggest barrier with hiring people from places like Nigeria was their lack of access to power and internet. So for him, it was a good opportunity, knowing me and the work that I had been doing over some time for him now. If we could find people who could do some similar work, but then they had the insurance of I can't struggle with power or internet because they were here, and that would be great. So we ended up hiring my entire team at the point out of UNN and out of the garage. All 13 of them. It was it was interesting for us, but that also created an opportunity for us to think of what value the existence of these many talented people in one facility offered, not just to employers across the world, but also how we could make it a value add for these persons. So we started what we call our talent program. So our talent program is simply matching student talents to employers across the world. So again, at the start, none of this was the plan. We just kept on stumbling upon new opportunities that were products of accidents or products of random conversations with people who cared about us. And now we're here, sort of. We're at the garages. We no longer call ourselves a co-working space business. We call ourselves a talent enablement business. So our objective is to enable talents within campuses, however way they need it. So sometimes it's providing them with this infrastructure to be able to do their work. Other times it's providing them with opportunities to intern or do work that moves them forward. And in other instances, it is supporting them with community and learning opportunities to be able to have some upward mobility, either professionally or just generally in terms of knowledge. Yeah.
Wow, this is great what you're doing. And it's beyond just coming in to do schoolwork. These people are building careers for themselves here.
A vast chunk of persons here don't do schoolwork here. So usually during the exams period, there's a fraction of people who come here, work overnight, trying to study. But around 65% of our customers are working actual jobs on a day-to-day basis. So the last time we did a survey, it was 65 were working actual job. Just around 15% of them were doing schoolwork, and the other 20% were here for either just networking or some people come here just because there's great internet, and I respect that.
Yes.
So sometimes it's just, I'm here to download this movie or play this game or something else.
I spent a bit more time with Raymond, talking about the next big plans, and was genuinely charmed by his idea to replicate their garage workspace across tertiary institutions in the Southeast. I wish him nothing but success. Next on my list was a visit to Enugu's new digital museum. I looked through the artifacts, watched the screens, absorbed the layers of Enugu's and Nigeria's history preserved inside them.
Hi, welcome. Thank you. What is it?
And from there, I headed straight to Afia TV for a conversation with Odera Collins.
I'm looking forward to it. Have you eaten abacha?
Yes.
When our interview
Do you
wrapped,
like it?
I couldn't resist flipping the script.
I'm so curious about how you live here and are able to navigate this life, traveling all over Nigeria, doing your work still. Why Enugu?
In Enugu, there's this peace that you almost can't find anywhere. Yes, it's quiet. And if there's something you know as a creative in your prime years, you need the hustle and the bustle, but at the same time, you need to be able to collect yourself. And for me, working as a creative is important because it's not just something I'm doing because I'm trying to make money. If money was the main focus, I wouldn't be in the film industry, in film and media industry. Yeah, so it's more of a passion, influenced job for me, right? I see it as, the church people will call it a calling. I see it as a responsibility to tell stories. I regard myself as a storyteller. And, I need to be in a space where I'm collected, where I'm constantly reminded of reality. Lagos is beautiful. I spend most of my time in Lagos, true. But I also need to come back to a place where the real world is looking at me and I'm looking at it and, it helps my creative process.
Right.
Yeah.
I will move to Enugu with you.
You are highly welcome. And sometimes people say, how do you navigate? How do you do this? How do you do that? The truth is, you can do it. And how can you do it? You have to understand the basic principles of networking.
Right.
You have to know where to be at the right time. I mean, you move to the United States, if you're in Hollywood, oftentimes most people live in LA, yes, but not everybody works from, some people stay in Atlanta, some people stay in New York. Yeah. So you can stay from anywhere and do anything you want to do. You just have to understand how your industry functions.
Right.
What are the prime times of your industry? Where do you need to be at those times?
Yeah. Interesting. Do you think more young people are making these decisions and moving to places where they need to collect themselves?
Unfortunately, no. I know that we are in a capitalist-driven, world now. So people tend to go with the flow.
Right.
They tend to go with, where is the fire burning brightest? Where does it look like it's burning brightest? Because sometimes when you interact with certain creatives, they tell you, you hear, you're in the industry. So sometimes you hear some behind the scenes stories and you're like, so why are you here? It's not even serving you.
Yeah.
So sometimes they get caught up in that hoax of, oh, I did Lagos, na day they happen. But really nothing they happen for you in particular.
Right.
You're just with tons of people who are happening, but what's the career progression you've had? So I think it's very important. I think that creativity is a spiritual gift.
Yes.
So I think it's important that you are always centered and you align yourself with the places you need to be. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be at the right place at the right time. So find your clique, find your crowd, and move with it.
I'm sold. I am. But like in Enugu, what is, have you found your tribe? Have you found your people? What has that been like?
What that has been like, it's been interesting because, again, I wear many hats. So today I could be in a class that I'm teaching, and tomorrow I could be on set. Next tomorrow I'm in the studio recording.
Right.
So I don't even think I have a clique. But what I do have is a tribe of people who are in the same vision line as I am, who are very concerned with the development. Because beyond being a creative, I'm also very concerned with the development of talents in this region. I spent about 5 years of my life doing talent management for creatives down here in southeastern Nigeria. And that experience sort of opened me up to how much talent is sitting here, right? I could give you a list of people who came out from this place, and when you look at their work, it speaks for themselves across different industries. So now that I'm here, what I also spend, part of my time doing is, how can we also encourage each other? How can we expand this industry? How can we export talent? I do not believe that everybody has to be here, but how do we prep the talent that exists here for the global scale?
Okay, great. Yeah. And one last thing, if a young person decides to make this move and shows up in Enugu because they also want the serenity that comes with the space, what would be the first place that you would ask them to go to? What can they do once they work in here?
Once they work in here, we have creative, outfits, we have tech outfits, depending on the industry you function in. If you're interested in media, TV, there's Afia TV for you. Like, just knock on the door, ask questions. I think for me, one thing that has helped my career is being able to ask questions.
Right.
The earlier years, about 6-7 years ago, I was very open to internships. Trust me, I would, please, can I carry your bag? Can I do this? Depending on the level you are in your career, right? So if you're coming in as an entry-level creative professional, of course, ask questions, look for, there are other groups that I didn't even know existed.
Right.
And I found out a few weeks back. I'm like, wow, so we're doing this much work. So ask questions. Look for, social media is such a fantastic tool.
Yes.
Look for the happening people in that state and check their follow list, check the kind of conversations they're in, pick up from there, right? Try hashtags. There's a lot of things. I think for you to grow, you need to be a scavenger. You need to know how to get into the dirt and dig, right? But yeah, media, Afia TV, there are other creative outfitters, Blue Africa, Blueprint. Pick it up from there.
Before leaving Afia TV, I made sure to knock on the door of the enigmatic man behind the existence of the media station.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
No.
Down.
Yeah. Please sit.
Okay.
So how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's always good to see you. Yeah?
Good to see you too.
And I was surprised. When I was told you were coming, I was like, okay, it's good.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me here. I've looked through and I've taken a tour of the building. It's beautiful. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for what you've done and what you're doing.
It's, someone called it, and I have to agree with him because I see it. Says a friend of mine, Femi Odubemi, says, Emeka, this is probably the most impactful thing you've ever done in your life. Really? I'm like, okay, that's major. But I see it every day in the impact also in terms of how people receive the brand. Yes. I liken this not as a traditional TV channel, but also like a brand, because that's what we're trying to build. Yes. In this facility, we've got not just Afia, the TV channel, but we also got the radio channel, Afia Radio. And we're also building digital brands as well, like the Afia Cinema, the Afia Lifestyle channel. and travel and so on and so forth. So it was a very deliberate decision on my part, at least, to come back to Enugu. I mean, I've, over 3 decades and a half, I've been involved in the media space, from MultiChoice to Female Video Censors Board to the Broadcasting Commission, and even before then. It's not a chapter. There was a chapter of my life when we had probably the first TV channel that was licensed. I think it was 1992, when Babangida, deregulated broadcasting. We experimented with the channel then. So, but coming back to Enugu was just, for me, like I said, was very deliberate. I found that within the DSTV platform, which is like the #1 platform for television across the continent, if you take away Africa Magic Igbo, there's nothing else that sort of drives conversation around what's going on within culture, even political news, which is not something I'm big on, when we first started, but that's where we're going these days. So with Afia News. So we decided, you know what, the absence of media gives rise to this, because there's nothing like a vacuum as far as human beings are concerned. So we started having, people who just have different agenda about the kinds of conversations within the public sphere, because the public sphere is very important. The talk about, all kinds of things. I mean, how do I describe it without, because we're on tape, how do I say this? But you start having conversations around the violence that, as Chimamanda once described it, the one single conversation around within the Southeast was around violence and insecurity and all kinds of things. But there's a lot more to who we are as a people. And even the name Afia was quite deliberate. If you look at the average Igbo man, there's this thing where we're seen as everybody's a businessman, is a trader. It's also ego. We all want money. And it became almost like a negative stereotype. And we're all seen as traders. So I thought, Shebi is that word, Afia, business. We're going to appropriate it. We're going to take over it.
Reclaim it.
Reclaim it, exactly. And then do something around it. And then, and then build this media brand. And then hopefully, I think we're on track. It's been 4 years.
Yes, and it's broadcast all over Africa.
Yes.
It's amazing. But I'm curious about why. I know that it's easy to say, oh, it's because we amplify, Eastern voices, and so why not Enugu? But I'm curious about why not Lagos? Why not, a place that's already thriving with, the media? Why didn't you choose that? Why did you choose to bring your base here?
It was a bold risk, I admit. But Enugu seemed to be the natural spot for this. Yes, Lagos is the place for, Lagos is the ground zero for everything media entertainment. But if you're going to build a channel that is focused on the Southeast, you can't do it in the Southwest or in the Northeast or something. You have to bring it back to the origin, so to speak. And that was just so it was a no-brainer for us to come back here. We recognize the difficulties, obviously, because of skills and manpower and of course advertising revenue, all of this stuff. But even if we were in Lagos, every media business needs to go through this trial period of a number of years to sort of consolidate itself, build its brand, and let the viewers and the advertisers know. And I think we're well on the way to doing that. So yes, it might take us 1 or 2 more years, but ultimately we're here, and I'm very proud of the what we've built so far.
I see that you work with a lot of young people. And I'm wondering if that's a deliberate thing.
Initially, it was very deliberate because I didn't want to be I've got my experience, but I also wanted to work with young people to sort of define what the brand means, because we have at our core, when someone asks what's the target, and we say we're looking at a 35-year-old male, who's married or about to be married, whose parents are still living, who has been to school, has aspirations of both national and Pan-African aspirations as a business person or as an employee of government or some big company. That's how we describe it. And so working with young people, you have to work with young people in order to reach that target.
Right.
Because they understand, sort of the cultural temperature of what it's about. And the challenge was obviously the skills. But we said, look, we'll undertake, we'll do the trainings, we'll learn from our mistakes, we'll rise, we'll fall, we'll stumble. And, so far I'm pretty satisfied with the quality and the output and everything that's gone on so far.
Okay.
Saturday morning in Enugu is apparently for running at Opara Square. The last time I did that was in secondary school, where we ran every Saturday. It's honestly like a whole social scene. Some people even form little running clubs. And of course, only in Enugu will you find the crowd that runs to Ogene music.
Guys, this guy, he sings for ref music. Hi. They're like a band. I'll show you videos. So he's amazing. How you doing now? Well done.
Well, it was great to meet you.
It's amazing. You should check out your band. And she sings too. She sings.
Please, I sing in my bathroom. Really?
Go on, leave that.
You're quite popular in this city. No, anything. Like, most comes now, you say, I don't know.
I am, I promote Enugu at every point. So anybody that does anything in Enugu typically would have,
They have to come through you.
not forbid, but
Godfather.
No, that's Kobino. Kobino is the godfather. Everybody,
Where are we going now?
we want to get the best up by Enugu. Literally the best up by Enugu.
So we're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas, please, I present to you the best Okpadioko in town. Actually, in Nigeria. Wow, literally the best Okpa in Nigeria. Good morning. Come to eat Okpa. Come to eat Okpa. It's your international Okpa. So, how do you like your Okpa?
I like my Okpa as Okpa.
Yes. You see, I don't like people that don't want to live a little.
I'm not in
every form. So you need to have this Okpa with fish.
Yes.
There's Okpa with vegetables. There's Okpa with egg. There's Okpa plain. So we'll get a little bit of all.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you.
Thank you. Vegetable. No, they're packing everything.
Oh, in one?
Yeah, no, but separate. Put some more. Put like 2 more here.
I met up with Ezra to talk about the tech ecosystem and what's next for the community.
Stuff my face.
Wait, yum.
What is this? This is
This is the International Conference Center, Enugu.
This is beautiful.
I know, right?
Yes.
I know. It is. It's incredible. I should have seen it during the tech festival.
This is where it happened.
This is exactly where it happened. Like, this is where our exhibition booths were. We call that Afia. Yeah, built in the form of Owo Waterfall markets with like J11, K11, different businesses.
And you were the team lead.
Yes, I was the team lead of the local organizing committee. Because the Enugu Tech Fest is a collaboration with the Enugu State government, the Ministry of Science and Technology, and the Enugu Tech ecosystem. So we've done pretty big events before in Enugu, but this is the first time that there was like a complete synergy with government and the private sector. So that conversations that happened here, things that are decided here can scale because, the triple helix of innovation, government, academia, and industry has to come together to make stuff happen. So we had vice chancellors from universities, we had people from the industry, and we had the government come here to make the Enugu Tech Festival a success.
So what were the objectives?
The objective of the Enugu Tech Festival, at its basic form, was to actually show the world what we've been doing. Because Enugu has been a hotbed of innovation for the longest time.
Yeah.
But we don't tell the stories a lot of time. People think Enugu, civil service, Enugu, coal city. That's why the theme was coal to code, where we're moving from being known as the coal city, but to be known now as a city that also utilizes code. In the sense that Enugu has the largest concentration of tertiary institutions.
Right.
We have young people that are educated.
Right.
So it means that we're in that unique position to become a net talent exporter to Nigeria, because we have young people here that speak English, that can learn tech skills, and an enabling environment where they can walk, no traffic, amazing up, like he tried. So with that type of environment, you're able to excel and play at the highest levels, and people now come and hire here. People, this is the age of the remote work.
Right.
You can work from here with, some centers, like we like to call these centers the digital cities, DBI cities, sorry. So these centers, they can learn and they can now start working and pay taxes here in Enugu.
Right.
Increasing like the net output of what is happening here. So the Enugu Tech Fest was to show the world a lot of the amazing things that have been happening here. First of all, the numbers. We had over 15,000 attendees here.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Every day. In fact, on the last day at 8 p.m., this hall was still filled up. 3 days. So it shows that there's a embodied interest in tech. There's a major interest in tech, that people are not just coming here for the sake of it. People are coming here to learn things and to earn things and to go away with stuff, right? So the number also showed that. And the innovation that we could see at the exhibition area, Afia, lots of amazing startups. We had investors like Ikez and Napa, Onwosa, that came and spoke to actual founders that are doing amazing stuff. And these people, Ikez and Napa, Enugu people. But you understand, we have so many people that are doing amazing things outside of Enugu.
Yeah.
And that was for us some sort of agorono. Come back and, talk to people. So they were coming and we're like, this is happening in my city. And it spurred their interest. And it was because of the Enugu Tech Festival.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing thing. And then we had Kingsley Eze, who is currently the chairman of the advisory board of the Enugu Tech Fest, launched the West Africa Stargates, which for me was the next reason, like the why. When people say, after Enugu Tech Fest, what next? What next is the West Africa Stargates, which is a framework that leverages on communities and partnerships with the government and the private sector to, first of all, create jobs by training people, leveraging the hubs and universities around Enugu. Now, after you've trained these people, the goal of training is for people to get jobs as opposed to just learning. If not, it's capacity development, which I frown at, right? So we train people using these existing structures. Now, these people that have been trained are not able to export their talent, and they can work for people. And then we can also invest into startups and businesses and incubate them here so that there's a thriving ecosystem of tech people, founders, entrepreneurs, all doing tech-enabled stuff. And then critical mass is now achieved, and now Enugu is now known as a code city as opposed to just a coal city. So that's currently what we're working on now. That's what we're currently working on after the event.
Enugu is not just the coal city.
Yes.
It's the code city.
As well.
I love it.
Yeah, so from coal, just instead of just being known only coal city, let's also be known for Owa as well. For code as well. Yeah, for tech-enabled stuff. So that was the idea. And, we already started kicking plans for next year's.
Yeah.
It's going to happen in February this time around.
What's going to be different?
Everything now. So because we had like beginner's luck, sort of. Because, I don't want to call it beginner's luck because before this, the commissioner had gone to, we were at Africa Startup Festival 3 years ago, Africa Tech Expo. I was at South by Southwest in Austin. It was at Viva Tech, at Omniverse, just to understand how events like this should work and scale before we even attempted to do this. So even though this happened, it had taken like 3-4 years of planning deliberately to make this happen. So now this next one now, everything that we've promised, all the things that we said we're going to do, next year is now where we're going to say, look at our report card. We said we're going to create jobs. We said we're going to do this. We said we're going to do this. This is what we're now doing. And, so some of our sponsors last year made this possible. Early this year, made this possible, like RiseVest. RiseVest were headline sponsors. And they were able to come and see that a lot of things are happening. And they came in from Lagos. We had Tennessee Professional Services that were one of our top sponsors as well. Right. They were able to see that, okay, a lot of what they've done in tertiary institutions, it's now being transferred because look at all the schools that they manage. Look at their people here learning tech and doing tech. So next year's the Tech Fest is going to be amazing because now we're going to leverage on everything we've done. We're going to say this is evidence of what's done. This is what we were as of last year. This is what we are now. We're going to show that straight trajectory. And then people are also going to learn. We're having partnerships from people that want to train people here, that want to teach them stuff. people that are going to come and do like a job fair here to hire people. People are going to show it's going to be a tech festival, really, a celebration of tech. And I'm very excited for that. You're going to come.
I'm excited for you too. I hope.
You are going to come.
I hope I'll be able to make it.
You have to make it. You're going to moderate a panel session around media and tech.
Okay.
So you're going
Let's do that.
Yes. I have my first speaker for the Enugu Tech Fest. Uzoamaka Power.
I love it. Well, congratulations.
Since it was Saturday, I wanted to see more of Enugu's natural spots. Along the way, I bumped into skaters on Milikim Hill.
Would you love to join?
I don't know. Right now.
Not strong enough.
Am I?
It's not for the week.
Will you teach me?
Yeah, I can teach you very well.
Oh.
I do teach.
This is awesome. How do you stay safe? Oh my God.
Yeah, we are safe with the helmet.
What?
We are safe with the helmet. We are safe.
With the helmet?
Yeah, helmet.
Ah, okay.
That's why I apply helmet always.
Okay.
Yeah. No. This is our sale. This is Enugu bigger sale. Now we get that.
Wow.
This one our own. Now we get that. Scatter.
Wow.
Scatter.
Hey.
Go.
Easy. Woo. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You guys are living on the edge. What? Come again another day. The skaters club wants to skate. Go away. Come again another day. Want to skate. Duck.
That's how we do it.
Is
I love doing it.
awesome.
Then I headed to Uwo Pine Forest, tucked about 10 kilometers from the city center. Really calm and beautiful.
My brother tell me say if you want to make money, say I must learn to shake body. Oh baby, put your
A quick outfit change, and then I went to the Owo Waterfalls, one of Enugu's true gems.
Easy. It gets dark here. And there are stones. There are surprising stones here. So I'm gonna go up. So we're getting really close. We'll go a little further and we see the waterfall. The waterfall and the cave are dedicated to Our Lady of Mount Calvary on 2nd July 1991. Wow.
You have to visit if you're ever in Enugu. It's just breathtaking.
I'm not going there. Step back. Can you take your mic?
Sundays we go to Mass. We thank God.
Kuneko,
we're on Mr. Ernest Obi's set. He's directing a film, and it's amazing just watching him do his job. I watched him as an actor for many years, like just as a kid. He was this brilliant, brilliant actor that we watched on TV, and just seeing him now doing his own thing, directing his own film in Enugu, it's amazing. He's in the water. Yes, he's in the water, showing them.
Blast it! Let's go! Blast it! Blast it! Tommy, hold him! Hold him down, Jose! Hold Jose!
Yeah, as I should be. In Enugu, inside, in the thick of it, in the thick of it.
This is one of the best,
Oh my God.
most hardworking actors I've ever met
Oh,
in my
God.
life.
Oh God.
This is the best in partner I've ever had in my life.
Oh man.
Amazing actor.
Oh my goodness.
I'm all wet. How you doing, man? How you doing? You good?
Oh my God.
You know,
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, boys.
I'm the
onye ebe.
only Moji, Anambra State.
Moji bani?
Yes.
Hey. Gbawarụ m oji. Ụnụ na-atụ oji ọfụma. Ị ga-anakwa ụnọ.
I'm an uncle.
Onye
And I've been king with that dinner. King with that dinner. I not to another.
onye gburu gị?
Oh, cancer.
Takwem m na ntị.
Cancer.
Ọ ka ha si it is well. So mụ na gị nọ na the same table.
Oh, Tim Monginia.
Amaghị na ị ga-adị lucky.
Mongiga no is there.
Hey, don't worry, man, ọ dị mma. At least you have the support.
Yes.
So, ọ ga-adịrị gị mma.
Amen.
Ga-adịrị gị mma. Anyị ka ga-afụ.
Oh my God, I'm starstruck.
Ọ
It's
bịakwa.
so-
Ịbịakwa. Let's see you. Ọ bụrụ ka na.
I can, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Mma afụ gị. Move good.
Okay, sir.
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's. Uzo. Give me that. Enna. I think it's Splash. 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 Well done. Well, you're doing great now. You know Lego game. You know Lego game. You know Katatukwa. You still send the account number. Can you maka? Yes. Oh no, sorry.
Probably like this.
Chibunna.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy me for direct on.
You're shooting in Enugu. Come here.
Every city in Enugu.
So came only 2 hours. That's a long drive now. 2 hours.
Yes, so I'm here to see Enugu. I'm here to experience Enugu. So na on set. So can be a phone. And it's good to see you too. Oh,
Probably.
na bye.
Meso.
Go on your calendar. Go on your calendar.
This year.
My journey around Enugu's tech story wouldn't be complete without hearing from the government enabling these innovations. So, early Monday morning, I made my way to the Secretariat complex.
Good afternoon. You're welcome to our office.
Thank you so much.
The name?
My name is Uzoamaka.
Uzoamaka.
I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for making out time to see me.
Some here.
You are the commissioner, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Enugu State.
You're sure here?
Thank you.
In the right place.
I'm visiting Enugu and I've met a lot of young people, especially the people who are in charge of the Enugu Tech Fest.
and they spoke highly of your office and how supportive you were to the Enugu Tech Fest. And I wanted to know how that happened, how that connection happened, and how you got involved in the Enugu Tech Fest to begin with.
It happened through a well thought out initiative. So the governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Bisimba, okay, who I worked regularly under, actually saw that there is a need, okay, for us to grow the tech ecosystem in the state. And we were actually looking at what's the best possible way to get this done. Prior to that event, basically 95 to 98% of all the funds that come into this country, okay, that has to do with tech, they all end up in Lagos. All right. Why? Because there's not been any other state that has shown enormous visibility as Lagos has shown. All right. So I had to go back to him because I had attended a whole lot of events, tech events in Lagos. Another one is in another Lagos. Another one is Lagos again. I had to meet him and say, look, these events Lagos hosts every now and then is not just for the fun of it. They keep increasing their visibility in the industry on daily basis. So what do we need to do to be able to capacitate our young people? We need to get them exposed more to funding partners, get them exposed to a whole lot that tech funds have to offer. When we had this conversation with His Excellency, he said, okay, I think is the right way to go. So what do we do? I said, don't worry, let me try to see what we could do. He gave me the mandate to work out a plan on how to set up the ETF, the Enugu Tech Festival. And it took us a very steady planning of close to 1 year to get the Enugu Tech Fest that happened in May this year to happen in the same magnitude that it did. Because it was going to be our median event, and we knew that if we do not get it rightly, it's obviously going to bore all the participants and all the sponsors and speakers that will come. So the best thing is either we take all the time in the world to get it rightly, or we do not just come and display half-baked arrangements, before the public. So what did we do? We took our time, did proper planning and all that. By the time we were done, I bet you, the entire global community felt our presence. They now know that once you have tech business in Nigeria, if you are talking Lagos, the next destination you are looking at for is Enugu.
You are such an ambassador of Enugu State, and it's so
Yes.
very obvious that you love Enugu.
Obviously.
I just one last thing before we leave, because we know you're busy, and I just wanted to ask the schools that we're building, because right now we have the tech people on ground who are in the tech business and making things happen, also coming to set up shop in Enugu. I want to know about the teenagers and the young adults who want to go into tech. Are there specific programs in place for somebody who is currently in Enugu, a young person currently in Enugu who says, I want to learn tech, I want to go into tech. What can I do? What can they do?
Good thing, this is actually within my purview. What we are doing right now is that we are creating environments that will make anyone who wants to go into tech, okay, to even be more passionate to throw in the entire of his life into it. Some part of the tech companies that were attracted, that are coming into the state, they are tech companies that want to take up young people for training. They train and at the same time also provide stipends for you. And some of them, from the personal conversation I've had with them, are even as much willing as going far to provide even accommodation, because they want you to be very close to the study environment. So you can always interact, as a group. You can always start solving problems using technology. You can also really start building things using technology. While these things are going on, they will pay you. Once you have mastered the art, you can now be able to do a lot. You now become fully employed, not just within the organization. You become fully employed. They provide outsourcing jobs also. So they can outsource jobs for you from the Canada, US, any part of the globe, and you earn a lot of money. So with this kind of incentives, you can now see that it becomes very much easy, okay, for them to come in. We're also, as a state, also working very hard, in incubating startups. Okay, young people will have great ideas, but they don't know how to go about it. Or bring them on board, incubate them, try to give them a lifeline, make sure that they understand that there are people who could guide them to bring that their dream, okay, to reality. And from there, once they see that there is hope in what they are doing, they put in more energy. And before you know it, they grow from being at the incubation level to full-grown startup founders that could create things that can wow the minds of the globe.
This was such a brilliant connection. Thank you so much
You're most
for
welcome.
speaking so freely and going in depth without me asking. You've been so generous with your time and with the information, and I'm so thankful.
Thank you so much.
Happy meeting with you.
Thank you.
Honorable Commissioner
Yep.
Prince Lawrence Eze, thank you for having me in your office today.
You're most welcome.
So grateful.
Thank you, Uzoamaka.
All
Thank you for coming around.
No worries, sir.
All right.
Be great.
Same here. Same here.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have had the best time in Enugu, and I'm thankful that I made this trip. But of course I wouldn't leave without coming here. Nza Street, Independence Layout. I spent most of my secondary school midterm breaks here. This place holds so many beautiful memories, and although my people no longer live here, returning feels like home. It feels incredibly peaceful in this street. Thank you, Enugu, Dalo, for a beautiful, beautiful time. Godi.
egwu a na-ekwu nwayọọ nwayọọ. Yo, agwa prọfesọ onye egwu, ife mfolo ka na-ekwu nwanne. They say more money is not everything. Money nwere ego ị na-akọ. Nelo shots. Ka ị na-akọ. Money is the root of all evil. Money na shogo ị na-akọ. Ka ị na-akọ. Money na vanity upon vanity. But I so much love this vanity. With it you can maintain your sanity. So that he go save you from poverty. Ozimbonje he go make you celebrity. Hey, yo, 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 yo. Even for local.
My music teacher. Yes.
Diego.
Wow.
Shall I call her?
You can, yes.
Will she recognize you?
Yes. Hi.
Just say hi. And you know.
Oh my goodness! Oh my, wow! Onyi, in our shine, in our shine. Oh, it's so good to be here. Is it cool? Yeah.
Only she's running for her flight.
Nah. Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye.
The first word to call the name.
And you know.
Uh-huh.
This is my home economics teacher. Thank you, ma.
What of Menkiti? What of Menkiti? There is one Menkiti, some Victoria Menkiti.
Process.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma. Oh my goodness.
It's true. How are you?
I'm fine, ma.
Welcome.
This was my favorite teacher. My favorite teacher, home economics. I loved home economics because of you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mama.
What did you come to do?
I just came to Enugu
for
the weekend.
Okay.
And I've been telling my friends that I went to school here.
Okay.
And I wanted to come and see if anyone was around.
Yeah, where are you
just
now?
to say hi. I live in Lagos.
Okay.
Yes.
Welcome, bro.
Thank you, ma.
Doris.
Yes.
Yeah, Doris and you.
Hey. Oh!
It has struck.
Oh my goodness.
Will always come back to me. Then I say now what is mine will always come back to me. Well, listen. What is mine will always come back to me. Nege kwanti ke mano ngolebo yubada alwalo. What is mine will always come back to me. Ananu go give no na wada. Ona shigata loza.